Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to create the category table for our e-commerce project. In the previous videos we had integrated the admin panel. So now we'll be creating the category table and we will be inserting the categories. So this is the basic structure of the category table we are going to create. So these are the column names we will have. So let us open our Laravel project and start with creating the migration. So I'll open the terminal over here. So you can open it from here itself, and you have an option control plus tilde button. If you click, you are going to get that. So I'll just clear this first and we'll give php artisan make migration create underscore and the categories table. So make sure you give it in plural, categories underscore table. Hit enter and it will create. So you can see migration created. So go to your folder database and inside migrations you will have it over here. So the categories table is created over here. Let us add our column names here. So I'll just copy and paste one thing. So this will be the string, and string the column name would be, you can see here, first is id. So id is given by default. So what is that? Name slug. So I'm going to say name, copy and paste. So next is going to be slug. So slug is the custom URL we are going to give for this. So I will just keep this aside and this over here, and after slug we have the description. So for that I'm going to keep long text and say description. Okay, and after that we have status. So that will be tiny integer. Say tiny integer, and okay, I'll remove this thing, tiny integer, and that will be status. So this status column is for hidden status or visibility. So for that we are going to say default and we'll create 0. So whenever we make the status 1 for any product or the category, that will be hidden. So after status we have the popular thing. Popular is also going to be the same thing, tiny integer popular. So this is for the popular status. If it is 1, then it will be shown in the popular section. So next is the meta title. This will show on top of the web page. Title and description and the meta keywords. Okay, so let me keywords, and the timestamps is already given. So we are done with this. So let us migrate our table. Say php artisan migrate. Hit enter. You can just minimize this notepad, and it says migrated. Okay, so I'll go to the Chrome and I'll refresh my e-commerce database. Okay, let's open that, and you can see these things are over here, the structure. So whatever we had given is over here. So now let us create the controller and the model to insert the data in the database. Here I'm going to say, let me close this, arrange app http controllers. So I'm going to create a admin folder over here, and inside that we'll have the admin controller. So let us say php artisan make controller admin slash. So the controller name will be category controller. Okay, category controller. Hit enter, and controller created successfully. Inside admin you can see category controller is created. So here we are going to define a function. Okay, yeah, skip index, return hello. Okay, or we'll just return the file. So first let us create the file over here. Inside the resources, views, admin, here new folder, say category, and inside this we'll have new file. index.blade.php. Hit enter, and whatever this layouts and section we are extending over here, so just copy and paste it. Okay, so instead of this I'm going to say category page. Save and close it. Close, and here we will going to return view of admin, category and index. Okay, save. Let us create the route. Okay, so for this we need to have a controller, right? So let us say admin controller. I'll just create that. Okay, php artisan make controller. Inside the admin folder, capital F, front end controller. Hit enter, and there's some mistake. Okay, so this is an error. We'll just comment this out, and now we can create the front end controller. So it's created. Let's uncomment this, and so whenever this route is called the dashboard, go to the admin folder. Inside the admin folder, it's going to be front end controller at index function. Copy the index function and create it over here. Say function and paste it, and here we are going to return the view. Return view admin index. Okay, so this is for the dashboard. And now as we are inserting the category, right? So first let us create the route for that. Route get. So here we are going to say the URL categories, and here the controller name. So our controller will be inside admin folder slash category controller at index function. Okay, copy that. This page will be returned. So before checking the output, you need to see this thing in Laravel 8. You have to call the controller with the class and its path over here. On top of the page, if you're using a new controller, you have to call its path. So I'm going to register all the controllers so that I don't have to call it individually. Okay, so app inside your providers and route service provider. Here you will have one thing. So you see this line, right? Protected $namespace app HTTP controllers. Just uncomment that line, and you will be able to use any new controller in your web.php without calling its path and the class name over here. So now let us check the output for this URL. Let me copy that and call it in the dashboard. Here in this admin layouts includes sidebar URL of categories. Okay, paste it over here, paste. Okay, so now let us check the output. Refresh, and we'll log in over here, gmail.com, login. Front end controller does not exist. Okay, this has to be backslash, and similarly for this thing also with the backslash. Save, and let us refresh. Okay, it's here. So this categories, let me click on the categories. You can see the categories page is over here. So we need to fetch the categories over here. So for that, first we need to insert the category, right? So before inserting, we will create the model to insert the categories data. New terminal, and here I'll say php artisan make model, and the model name will be category. Okay, so make sure you give this in capital and a singular. Okay, hit enter, and model created successfully. Just rearrange the file, app, models, category, you've got it over here. So inside this, just give protected $table is equal to, within single quotes, give your table name, that will be categories. So let us not take chance, we will copy it from the database itself, or else we may face errors in the future. So let me paste it over here, and protected $fillable, whatever the column names in the table. So we want this name, and till here we want to fill, so ID and timestamps will be automatic, right? So we will not fill that from outside, so we are not going to include those columns over here. So let me close the terminal, and we will just call these names. So say name, comma, copy and paste, add a semicolon over here, so the error is gone. Name slug, and then the description, status, popular, this is meta title, meta descript, and meta keywords. So let me just confirm if I have given meta descript or meta description in the table. So here it is, descript in my table, so this will do. So save and close the file. So full screen, and here let me say route get, and here I'm going to say add category, and the controller will be category controller. So instead of index, let me say add, copy the function name and click on this controller, create a function over here, a function add, and here we are not going to pass any parameters over here, and say return view, and here we will be sending the form. Okay, so admin category of, instead of index we are going to say add. Okay, so we'll go to this directory, so say resources, views, admin, category. Inside this, create a new file, add.blade.php, hit enter, and here we are going to use this same thing, copy and paste it over here. So let me put this in the card header, say dot card header, just remove this and say h4, and here we'll say add category. So in the card body we will create the form, so form tag method post, so make this in capital POST. Okay, and here we are going to say row and dot call md6. Here the label I'll keep for the name. Okay, and input type input dot form control. Okay, so input type equal to text, class form control, and again to give the name equal to the category name, so I'll just give it directly name. Okay, so just copy this column md6 and paste it below, and here it will be the slug, and here also I'll say slug. Okay, open this and you can see slug, then description. So for description we need the text area, right? So let us script text area, and name would be description. I'll remove this ID, and rows let us make it to 5. So class form control, and you can just remove this column, so it's not required, and rows will reduce it to 3, and let us keep this in the column md12. Okay, and just push it over here, save, So I'll just complete this form and get back to you. So I have made the form design over here. So you can see this is the label and this is the input type text, class form control and the name. So similarly for everything we have given slug description is a text area and the status is a checkbox and the popular state is also checkbox. Okay. Then meta title, meta keywords, meta description, these two are text area, this is an input box and this is the image. Okay, so we have missed out this image thing, so I just added it in my list. Okay, so we are going to add this in the database now. So let us quickly finish that. So we'll go here. So after the popular thing I will just add the image over here. So string and let me say image, save, and we'll go to the database and edit it manually. So structure, and here we'll be adding after the popular thing, add one column after popular, go and say image, this will be varchar of 191, scroll here and null true, save. Okay, so it's done. So now let us write the code to insert the data. Okay, this is done. I'll close. And remember this guys, whenever you made this change in the migration, right, so in your models also make sure you change that. So inside models category, here we are going to add the image also. So say image, save, close the file, and here form button submit we have given. So when we click this, it's going to submit this form. So action will create a URL now. Say URL insert category. Just copy this and go to the web.php. Here just paste that thing, and this one is going to be a post method. So route post, and inside this we need to paste this. Can remove it from here, comma, and call your admin category controller. Okay, so here instead of add we are going to say insert function. Copy the insert function and click on that. Here we'll create a function, public function, function insert, and here we are passing the request, right? So say request $request. Okay, so first we need to create the object for the model. So first we'll call it $category is equal to new category model. So this is your model, right? Hit enter and semicolon. So after creating the object we need to check if the user has uploaded the file or not. So we'll just create a if condition here, if $request of has file, in the column name we have to give over here. So our column name, I mean the input name was image. So if he has file, what we are going to do is $file equal to $request of file of image, and the extension we are going to take it from there. So $extension equal to $file of get client original extension, and then put the semicolon over here. So now what we are going to do is we'll create a unique file name. Okay, so what I'm going to say is time dot and concatenate dot thing over here, and we will concatenate the extension variable .ext. Okay, so what this is doing is the current time dot the file extension. For example, you can have JPG or PNG. So now what we are going to do is we are going to move the file to the server, file move. So where we are going to keep our file, so we'll see inside public new folder, say assets, and inside assets we'll create a new folder called uploads. Enter, and inside the uploads we are going to create a folder called the category. Okay, all the images of the category is going to be in this. Okay, so inside this we are going to upload, right? So we'll give the path over here. So say assets slash uploads slash category file name over here, dollar file name. We will assign the value for the database to store it. So category of the image column is equal to dollar file name. So the file name we are storing in the database. So this is for the image handling. Okay, so if the image is there, what or not it has to do. So now for the rest of the data, we will create dollar category of name is equal to dollar request of input of the name, semicolon, copy and paste. So after the name we have the slug, copy that and paste it over here. This should be your input tags name. Okay, so you have this add.blade.php, right? So this name. Okay, so for the description, just copy it from here and paste it in the controller, paste, and the same name is for the database column also, so we can paste it over here also. So after the description we have status, copy, and for status here we cannot directly insert the data of status because that is a checkbox, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to check over here, if is equal to true, that means if it is checked we are going to insert value 1, else 0. Okay, so we are using the ternary operator over here. So how this works is, if this request of input of status is equal to true, that means if the checkbox is checked over there, this value is going to be assigned to this. If it's not true, then this value is going to be assigned to this. Okay, so similarly copy and paste, and we have the next thing, that is the popular, that is also a checkbox, so the same thing will be applicable to that also. Just copy and paste it. Okay, now we are going to save the data, dollar category of save. Okay, so once it is saved we are going to return and redirect. Where we are going to redirect is to the dashboard. Okay, dashboard, and here with the message we are going to redirect, say with status, comma, and the message over here, say category added successfully. Okay, save. So let us test the code now. So we'll go and reload the page. You can see this is add category. So we'll set name, electronics, sluggish electronics, description, all kinds of electronics items, and status I'm going to leave it like that. Popular I'm going to check it. Meta title I'm going to say electronics. Meta keywords is good electronics, comma, electronics. I'll just copy that and paste it in the description also, electronics, and just paste it twice. Okay, so I just press Ctrl S, and here we are going to choose a file. I'll choose this image, say open, click on submit. So okay, page expired. I forgot to give the CSRF token. So remember this one thing guys, whenever you use form tag we need to pass the CSRF token in that. Okay, CSRF field. Okay, and close this. Just go back, refresh. Let's see if we have the data. Yes, we have the old data. Just paste that. Meta title, that will be electronics. Popular, yes. Description, good electronics. say all kinds of good electronics here. Okay, name would be electronics. Slug is, I will submit it. Submit. Oops, we forgot to put the image. And here in the categories table you can see the data is inserted and the image is null because we just missed that category. Okay, so the add category button we didn't make, I just accessed it with the URL, so we'll just add it now. So go to the sidebar and just below the category you can give it over here, say add category, add category, refresh, you can see add category. And for the image, let us choose one image. So here I'll select this WebP image, household items, open, submit, and here it is added. Okay, save, refresh, you can see the image is over here. Let us check if it is uploaded in the folder. So here we had public, assets, uploads, category. Okay guys, so I had missed one thing. So here instead of this dot we have to give comma over here. Let us just save it and refresh, say mobile, and slug mobile, description, paste, comma, paste, available. Okay, choose, and here I'm going to select this mobile phone, say submit, and it is submitted and redirected to the dashboard. Let us refresh and check. So the image is uploaded over here. Let us check in our code in the folder public, assets, and inside the uploads, inside the category, we have uploaded this image successfully. So that's it in this video guys. We have seen how to insert the category and continue in the next video. Thank you for watching this video guys. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you once again.